Hello everyone, welcome to the Tamaka Reincarnated Slime, Season 3, Episode 7. Mr. Rimiru is remembering his original fight with Hinata.
正騎士団長、日向坂口。短い付き合いになると思うけど、魔物の言葉に興味はない。万物よ、月よ。イスインテグレーション。
It was definitely an intense fight. As much as I would like to see them go all out against each other, I'm not expecting that to happen.
何をしているの?
Oh. I wonder what he means by final battle. Like, what about her outfit makes it seem that way? It is unfortunate that whole mix-up happened. It'll be interesting to see what happens due to that. And since Hinata isn't coming out aggressive this time, that was a pretty good expression they drew for him. But I think everything's going to work out fine. Maybe there'll be a little bit of a match, but I can't see them really going at it. Into the Blue Mund. Huh. So there must be other people summoned from our world there then. I'm sure they'll have a completely different understanding of demons in a little bit. Well, demon lords, I guess. I'm guessing for someone Japanese, that's a pretty big deal. To think they're not even in Tempest yet. I'm actually a bit surprised they could make it so well, just because you'd think there wouldn't be equivalent in ingredients. Like maybe you could get it similar, but like the plants and stuff wouldn't be the same plants as here. I'd love to try real ramen like that. Well, not like this, but like actual like ramen. I've only ever had the stuff you buy from a store, the instant sort. Ooh, those look good.
まさか猫舌。
何を言うのバッカス。天下の聖騎士団長にそんな弱点があるわけないでしょ。
レイティスの言う通りだよ。世界最強で猫舌なんて。それもそうだな。
I'm guessing she probably does.
なんだ。
And luckily you don't really, well, shouldn't have to use your tongue in combat.
これは私の獲物よ、フリッツ。
さあさあ、美味しかったもので、つい。
足りないならもう一皿頼めばいいでしょ。
餃子追加で。
すいません、終わっちゃいました。実はそれ、魔王様から直々におろしてもらってる新商品でして、だからまだ数が少ないんですよ。なるほど。そう宣伝するように言われてるのね。
The scenes from here are pretty good. Pretty good at advertising.
一応言っておくけど、スープまで飲むと太るわよ。でも、日向様も太らない体質なの。
I wonder if the broth actually has that many calories in it. You'd think that'd be the lightest part of the meal.
イングラシアの大人目に舗装されてるってどう考えてもおかしいでしょ。
So they must have some people from our world there then that they're making all these things, or at least helping people like Rimiru is. It seems a bit odd since most people seem to be summoned for the intent of combat, not so much for their technology and engineering.
一応注意しておくぞ。野宿する場合は10キロ地点ごとにある水飲み場を利用する。キロってなんだ。
Interesting, they got them using the metric system.
10キロ地点には輝く石板もあるんだが、もしも壊したら厳しい罰則が与えられるから、そのつもりでな。
わかったわ。親切にありがとう。
なーに、困ったことがあれば、俺たち警備隊に言うといい。
本当に水飲み場があるのね。私たちが魔物の脅威から必死で人々を守ってる間に、なんだか驚きを通り越して腹が立ってきたわ。
まあ、あの人は規格外だよ。
I'm guessing she's more probably jealous of what Rimmer's doing.
こんなことにまで気が回らないでしょうね。
良き統治者であると言えそうです。見習うべき点も多いです。
心的認定しなくて正解でしたわ。
日向様の謝罪を受け入れてくれればいい。
I don't think the apology will be an issue.
謝ってみるしかないわ。それでもダメなら受けて立つしかないけど。
お釣りが足りなくなってきたら、両替所に行って補充してください。はい、わかりました。
リムルは魔物と人間との共存を本気で望んでる。今さら一騎打ちだ。
I'm curious if we can actually get to the fight this episode, or if they just gonna meet up and then move it on to the next episode.
毒を持って日向を抹殺しておかなくてよかったのですか。およそ2週間。魔法で短縮することもなく普通にやってきたか。
I wonder why they didn't just use magic if they could do it.
もしかして陽動作戦なのでは別動隊が奇襲を仕掛けると。
それもあり得るんだよな。なんせあの日向だし、別動隊の動きは
弓道を使い、隠密行動をとっております。
そっちは全力で軍事行動か。
リーフィールドを張られたら、一気に戦況が不利になってしまう。
So I guess there is a chance that there could be some friction then.
やはり、ベルダナの復活は狂言だったのか。日向様は。
Well, that's one thing that definitely is true.
これは、七王の老子様。お前だけに知らせたいことがある。
So, I have a feeling this is gonna end up being something bad. Okay, so I guess no one of the knights besides Hinata knows about Luminous. Well, her true identity, I mean, of course they know Luminous in a sense. I wonder if knowing her as a person is something that they do or not. I'm guessing probably not. Oh. So even if Hinata doesn't fight him, then he might still get a fight after all. Well, that's definitely one thing that is true. He might not be in the same state that he was, but he's definitely still there. I'm curious if Eldora is as powerful as he was, though. Or if he'd have to return to his dragon form. So if he has his full power constrained to the human form, he could actually be pretty crazy now. Since it's similar strength but more condensed. I wonder if these three are working with those Roso family people from last episode. So I just figured they were working sort of under the idea of what their church stands for, not necessarily the church itself. Since Luminous doesn't want to mess with Rimiru, but it would make sense for people who are controlling the church, or at least trying to, that they would try and continue the ideal of making monsters enemies. Oh.
日向様、聞こえますか？
何かあったの、ニコラス。
落ち着いて聞いてください。アルムスロボットの内乱に火に参戦したようです。
まさか鳳凰が勝手に動かしたの？
詳細は不明ですが。
I wonder who they are.
何？
Oh. Is someone jamming his magic or something? Maybe something with the barrier that's on the road, maybe? Probably not, because it was fine at first. Oh.
とりあえず魔法通話は妨害させたが、ひなたは誰と連絡を取っていたんだ？
So it was Rimiru.
力で戦場へ向かったようです。
考えても仕方ない。
Well, unfortunately, it would have probably been better if it wasn't cut off. I'm guessing that was someone who's probably more likely to be on their side.
頼んだ。シオンは張り切っ
I
てい
mean,
たけ
maybe
ど、
this will end up
クル
being
セ
a
イダー
big
ズが相手
battle
じゃ、
just
ゾンビ
because
隊
of
では厳しいだろう。
a misunderstanding, pretty much.
よし。
Oh, not even really misunderstanding, someone outright trying to trick them. I'm curious about the skill that they have. Did they gain it for joining that group, or did they just happen to get it from Rimuru when he had the Harvest Festival? I like the little girl goblin. She's so cute.
ホーリーナイトさん、このナイフにね、強烈な睡眠薬がたっぷりと塗られているんだよ。
Oh, that was a good idea. Oh, is Rimuru coming? Huh. I wonder who that guy with the Oni mask or whatever you would call that is. He looks like someone special, but I don't think we've seen him before.
先日の作戦会議では私どもはタイツということだったのでは。目の前に勝利が転がっているのに、格上に
I wonder if this is gonna end up causing some problem.
そうですね。おっしゃる通りです。この紅にぜひ。
それって
さっさと言われた通りに動くか。料理の実験台になる。
I thought she had a skill that made her food taste good regardless of what it was. Unless it tastes bad if she wants it to taste bad. It seems like they do still feel pain, so I know it's pretty impressive that they can keep fighting like that. And you said May win, but this definitely looks more like it looks like more than just a May. I get the feeling in this series a lot of people, I guess because there's really no way to be sure, but a lot of people don't really know their strength and their opponent's strength. Because I get the feeling that the monsters are, in general, are stronger than they realize, or at least than Rimuru and the others realize. Yeah, so they don't even know about Benimaru and the other.
内神級の魔物だと特 A 級の危険度だと認識しなさい。
ここは魔王の領域。我々は招かれざる客ってことですね。
こっちの部下もように偶然じゃない。リムルが数を合わせたと考えるべき。相手してやるよ。
I don't know if I don't remember if that was actually planned or not. It might have just been a coincidence. But there were the others with him. I think this was different than their plan was originally. Although there's so much talking before, it's hard to keep track.
それでは私も。思ったより早かったな。
No? So is it gonna be this episode? Because I'm guessing we're close to the end. This could be a big fight or it could be nothing, though. Oh, I think this is... Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's not too surprising. Just about every anime does it that way. Yeah, this was a really, really good episode. We're finally getting into it. I'm a bit surprised the way things are turning out, but I guess it does make sense because there are people behind the scenes that are intentionally manipulating stuff so that probably so stuff like this does happen. And the big question is, does Rimiru and Hinata actually fight, or do they talk things out? Because they both seem willing to talk this time. I know it's not... Well, I'm guessing it's not going to be a big fight if they do fight, but I am curious if the sword that Hinata has is there's more to it than we think. So I'm guessing those guys gave it to her for a reason, and not just because they wanted her to kill Veldora, especially with what we saw this episode where they were talking to that guy about Veldora possibly not being brought back. Of course, we know that Veldora is definitely back since he's been around quite a bit. I mean, he's been a background character just because he'd probably make things a bit too easy if he was the main focus of things, just like with Milim, where she's, well, I don't actually think she's around right now, but if Rimuru wanted her to help, I'm sure she would be there as quick as she could. Yeah, even if we're not getting a big fight, which, I mean, maybe we will, but I'm guessing probably not. It seems like we're at least getting some good fights between the other characters. It does seem like all the meetings and stuff are finally paying off, though. To me, the talking stuff is entertaining, but seeing the payoff for everything makes it even more worth it. The whole political thing leading into conflict, leading into more political stuff, I think I think it's really good world building and stuff for this. One of the reasons why this is one of my favorite series is just you get a better feel for what the world is actually like. Because so many fantasy series, like, you get the stuff from the perspective of the character, and that's pretty much it. In this series, you feel more like you get a feel for the world itself, which I really appreciate. So I can't wait to see what happens next. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.